Welcome to Books with Kimberly. Today I'm doing my July reading wrap up and discussing my first experience reading an audiobook. Stay tuned. Hey you guys, I am so excited to talk about my July books that I've read. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. I've read a total of 4 books this month. The first 2 I've already spoken about, and that's Talia Hibbert's Get a Life Chloe Brown and Take a Hint Danny Brown. I have a separate video where I review and discuss these 2 books, so please go check that out if you haven't already. Get a Life Chloe Brown was a 5-star read for me, and Take a Hint Danny Brown was a 4-star read. I definitely recommend that you all read these 2 books by Talia Hibbert. The next book that I read, you guys, this book was so good. A Song of Wraiths and Ruin by Roseanne A. Brown. It was recommended to me by my big cousin Melvin, who just had a birthday, so happy belated birthday, Melvin. This book was so awesome. I'm going to do a separate review talking about this book and all of my favorite things, and I'm going to try not to put any spoilers into it. It is a black fantasy dystopian novel, young adult. It's a really good book, and I recommend all of you read it. This book is told from the perspective of 2 main characters, Princess Karina and Malik. Malik is from Eshram, and Eshram is in the mountains, and it's viewed as like the lowest of the people on this continent. And then we have Princess Karina, and she's the princess of Zirin. She is the heir to the throne. Both of these characters have this journey of trying to save someone that they both love, and it entails them having to sacrifice another person. Maybe you've already guessed it, but Malik is tasked with having to kill Princess Karina, and Princess Karina, it's possible that she'll have to kill Malik in return to save someone that she loves. So it's a really good book, y'all. It had me, and I give it 5 stars, and I recommend that all of you read that. Now let's get into my first audiobook experience. You guys, I'm in this book club called Book Girl Magic, and they always are giving us the newest ebook deals, and they even give audiobook deals. And so they posted that The Poet X by Elizabeth Acevedo, it was on sale, the audiobook was, and I quickly purchased it. Not that quickly, because I needed to listen to the sample, because I'm big on like who the narrator is, but Elizabeth Acevedo herself does the narration, and just from the sample I could tell that she was just pouring her heart into these words and into reciting these poems. That's right. The Poet X is told in poetry formation. I had heard a lot about this book, and I'm going to be honest, I was a little bit hesitant to read it because I'm not a big fan of poetry. But this book, it was really a story, but told in poetry form. And it was so beautiful and so perfectly done. The main character is Xiomara Baptiste. She is a twin. Her family is Dominican, I think. I may be wrong, but they're a Latin family. This young girl is 15 years old. She's a sophomore. And she's just dealing with her body being developed and being judged because of that. And what was disheartening for me is that one of the main people who was judging her for her body was her own mother. Her mother was like, you can't wear that. Your body looks like this, you know. You show off your curves, you look like a this, you look like a that. And she just goes through all of those feelings of dread of having to walk amongst men who are catcalling her, who are sexually assaulting her by grabbing her on the street. And she also talks about this strained relationship she has with her mother, who is a devout Christian and is pushing those beliefs on Xiomara when Xiomara doesn't even know if she really believes in God. So she's fighting against that, But her mother is not having it. She like, you're going to be a Christian. You're going to pray to Jesus. And so it was just this beautiful story of her becoming the young woman that she really wants to be. And she found her voice through poetry. She joins a poetry club, and she had already been writing poems, but this poetry club is what really helped her to blossom into this amazing poet. Like, every time she recited one of her poems, they were just floored, but just how beautiful it was. So y'all, I really love this story, and I really enjoyed my first audiobook experience. I was a little bit worried that maybe it would be too fast paced. I would need it to be slower. Maybe I needed to be faster, but I listened to it on the normal pace. There were some times where I had to rewind it a little bit just so I could re-listen to a poem and really get the gist of what was going on in that poem. But I do that when I read ebooks and physical books as well. Sometimes you got to reread the paragraph so that you understand what's going on. So overall, it was really good. I read this on the Apple Book app. I don't have a special app like Audiobook or anything. I just went to the Apple Book app, and there were some audiobook deals, and I purchased that one, and I do not regret it at all. I purchased another one, and I'm hoping to continue to purchase more books, and maybe I'll get audiobooks in the future. First experience with an audiobook, y'all, it was great. I think it's like only 3 hours, and I was able to finish it within 2 days. I was listening to it at work, and it was raining outside, so it was just very soothing. And listening to Elizabeth's voice as she read these poems, and really just, she drew me in. This book got me thinking. It was so beautifully done. I really recommend you guys read this book, and not just read this book, but get the audiobook, because she does a great job narrating it. I'm not sure if it's still on sale, but check that out. You'll really enjoy it. And this was a 5-star read from me, and I am so excited to read more from Elizabeth Acevedo. I actually have With the Fire on High, and this has me wanting to jumpstart reading that. But if y'all, watch my TBR, y'all know I have a long list of books to read, and you can tell already, out of those 9 books, I only read A Song of Race and Ruin within those 2 weeks. But it is a new month, it is August, and hopefully I read a lot more. Those 2 books that I was on the waiting list for, I have them now, so hopefully I get to read those soon, and I get to read all the books that were on my list. Thank you for watching another Books with Kimberly video. Do not forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what books you read in July. Have you read an audiobook? What was your first experience? Let me know, you guys. Thank you again. Books with Kimberly.